Are you ready?
Yes, finally.
All right, here we go. Hey guys, it is Emery and Indigo here in the office, or in one of the offices, I should say, and we are going to be looking at Indigo's life. Right, we're going to take a look at what she does in a normal work day, normal work week, and share that with you guys. So, Indigo, if you had to pick a short title and a long, extravagant title to call yourself, what would both of those be?
Okay, my short title would be marketing manager.
Okay, so we'd call you the marketing manager. And what would be your large, extravagant, maybe a little bit extra title that you'd give yourself?
Social media and this is hard. You always do this. This is like Emery's specialty, coming up with like ways to make people feel important.
Oh.
It's not his only specialty, but it is something he's really good at. I don't know.
All right. So what does your normal Monday start off with?
So normal Mondays start off with first I schedule all of the YouTube videos that I have to do that day, and I schedule any Instagram post or Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest, anything that I have to post that day, I post then, and then schedule anything that has to happen for later. That takes me about all morning. Then I eat lunch, and then I kind of do whatever needs to be done. So, like today, I am doing labels because they need to be redone. So just kind of finding a job that needs to be done and doing it. And then every morning is the same. I do whatever needs to be scheduled for that day and posted, and then lunch, and then something extra for the rest of the day.
And that would include all of our Facebook videos, Facebook posts, YouTube videos. She's pretty much the one who gets all of our content out and into the public's hands. So she takes care of all of that. So today, she is working on labels. So she is also our Photoshop expert, our in-house Photoshopper. I do a lot of the images, but Indigo does more of like the technical labels and things.
Emery's not very technical.
I am not very technical, no.
He's very
I am
artsy, but not
artsy, and I can see the big picture and really pull in a lot of fun elements, but when it comes down to the nitty-gritty details and the technical side of things, yeah, not my strong suit.
No,
but luckily for us, it is Indigo's. So these are some of our labels that she's working with today. So she's just going to be working in Photoshop to make sure all of our labels get updated. So what would you say your biggest challenge as a marketing manager is?
I get overwhelmed pretty easily with how much there is to do, when really, most of the jobs that I do are short and they're not going to take a while. But if I have, 30 jobs that need to be done, it will only take me all day, but it just overwhelms me, and then I end up not getting all of it done, and it just builds up. I think that's probably the hardest thing for me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because Indigo deals with literally every person on the farm. She's the interface for a lot of the marketing, and has to work with so many different people. When 12, 13 people are all giving you medium to small sized jobs, it does feel like it's just way too much to handle. So what are some ways that have made it easier for you to communicate with all of the other people in the business?
Handling one person at a time and not bouncing around with different people. So I get all the stuff that Emery needs me to do first, and I'm like, okay, I've got this, and I write it all out, and I put it on one piece of paper, and then I go to somebody else and I say, okay, you had a job for me, I'll write that down. Usually my main 3 people are Graydon, Emery, Mom. Those are like my main 3, and then Mason adds a lot, and Coulter does a little bit. So I have like those 5 people that I always go to. I write down all the jobs that they need me to do, and then I go through and just do one at a time and just get it all done.
Right. So the other thing that I've seen Indigo use, and I know she uses it because she makes sure that all of us use it as well, and is in charge of really making sure that we can all communicate better, is a website called Monday.com that she has been using and getting all of us to use. It's just an organization tool that has really helped. I know it's helped her be able to better manage everybody's jobs and their expectations.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I make sure that each of them has their own like little space on there, and I get mad at them if they don't use it correctly. I'm like, you guys, you're not using this, and it will help you. So it's just something that I like bugging them about.
Yep. So what would you say is the best way that you can daily improve your part of the business?
What do you mean by that question?
What's a way that you are pretty inefficient on a normal basis, a way that you can become more efficient, a way that you can better do your job, a way that you can better communicate? Is there something that you have in the works that you've been working on improving yourself or improving your job and making it easier on yourself and everyone else you work with?
That's a rough question.
It is a pretty loaded question. Yeah, there's quite a bit to that question. I'll let you think on that one. Is there a favorite job that you have in a daily basis?
Yes, I definitely like posting to Instagram because I get to do a bunch of different things with it. So I can, I do my daily post to the regular feed, and then I have stories that I post, and I try to get at least 5 per day, and that's probably my favorite thing, is because I get to walk around the farm and just find something that's happening and take a video or picture of it, and then post it, and get to see people's reaction to it. I think that's my favorite part.
All right, so tell us about a quote on day.
Oh, okay. I know what he's talking about. So,
and you have a computer in front of you that you can...
I do have a computer in front of me. So Emery and I have this pattern that our Instagram follows. And when it's on an on day, like it's not on an on day today, but...
Do you not have a saved? No. I'm shocked.
So when it's on an on day, the outside photos of goats or whatever goes in a zigzag pattern. So it'd be here, 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 here. So it makes a pattern, and then the rest of the Instagram looks even better. And anytime it's on an on day, I'm like, Emery, check our Instagram. It looks so good. It's on an on day. So all of my siblings have they know the term now, because I used to say, Emery, our Instagram's on an on day, and they'd be like, what are you talking about, Indigo? Have you lost your mind? But now they know what it means, and they're tired of hearing it, but
Yeah, and what I'm surprised is what she normally does is she normally has a tab open.
2 tabs open.
She normally has 2 Instagram tabs open, and she refuses to reload the one so that it always stays on a quote on day,
Yeah.
so that whenever she's feeling like overwhelmed or just needs something to like fit into her perfect little planned everything,
Yes.
she can go back and look at it and be like, oh yes, it's perfect, it's on an on day, and it's just like soothing. It always cracks me up because we all do have those little things that really just help us when we're like overwhelmed or something. Are there any other little things like that you can think of that when you're just like stressed out, or like if you just got 6 people who just gave you 32 jobs to do, is there anything that you're like, oh my gosh, I just need to go and work this out and like do something?
Yeah, first I put it all in my Monday board so that I have it there and I don't forget about it, because that is something that I struggle with. I forget things very easily, and then people are like, Indigo, did you get this done? And I'm like, no, about that. So I put it there so I don't forget it, and then usually I do like my favorite job first so that I can just feel better, and then usually that gives me the motivation to do something else. But if my favorite job isn't on there, then I will usually take a break, go eat food, because I'm usually getting hangry at that point. If I'm really frustrated or overwhelmed, I'm probably hangry and need some food.
We get that from our dad.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. So I get some food, and then usually that works.
Nice. So would you say that, I don't know, maybe color coordinating things is important to you?
Color coordinating is definitely important to me. Let's see if I can pull it up. So my favorite colors are obviously indigo, and then blues and greens. So over here, it's not fully like finished, but I have my blues, my purples, and my greens, and then, you know, down here you can see all of the things that I've finished all have the green and the purple and the blue. So I've gone through this. Every time I get stressed, I usually just add something else, like another column, and then color coordinate it, and then figure out why it's important on my Monday board.
So would you say you are a natural planner, or that as you've grown and as you've seen the necessity, you have become a planner because it helps you be more efficient?
I'm probably definitely a natural planner, because I always liked to plan, but as the 7th child, my plan was not as important as everybody else's, because everybody else had a reason for their plan versus mine was just, I want to plan. So I think I've always kind of had that, but it didn't show until I started working in a place where I could be the top person, and, you know, my plan was the most important.
So how did you get to where you are now? Did you start off as the marketing manager?
So I have done about 1 million different jobs in goat milk stuff. I first started out, you know, bagging soap when I was 2, and then I pride myself on that. Just kind of working in the soap room. I would make a lot of boxes. I would bag a lot of soap. When I was 7, I started working in the retail room, is what it was called back then. And that was like the best job ever. I loved that job. And I had that job from 7 until I was 14. So I, you know, varied a little bit between the farm stores, what we call it now, and the sweet shop. And then I also, you know, did some other things, like I answered the phones. I never really was taught to answer emails, but occasionally I do that. So I've kind of graduated. I used to be, you know, in the farm store and in the soap room, and then when the pandemic happened, I kind of graduated into being on the computer because I could work from the house instead of up in the farm store. So I worked on computers, and what I did for that was a lot of video editing. I did a lot of website work. Like if something happened on the website, I would go in and fix it. I would update a lot of information on the website. And then I kind of took over posting to Instagram. And I really liked that. And then I became more and more, and we started doing more and more with it. And then with the videos, I'm back on posting to videos. So I used to edit the videos, but Emery's much better at that than I am. So now I just post everything, and that's my full-time job.
Nice.
There's a trash can.
So how many different places do you actually get to work?
So I have offices in 3 different buildings. I have this one here, which is technically Dad's, but this is where I worked all throughout the pandemic, so I kind of claimed it as my own. I have a...
She booted Dad upstairs.
Yeah, Dad's upstairs now. See, Mom's desk is right over there, so it used to be like Dad and Mom, and this was their office. But then it was me and Mom, so that Mom could teach me how to do things. I have an office in the barn, and then I have an office in the soap room. So I have 3 different offices. I mainly use the one in the barn, but it has a slower computer than this one, and it doesn't have Photoshop. So today I'm on this one so that I can use Photoshop. And then when I'm feeling like all by myself in the barn, I go up to the soap room, because there's a lot of people there.
So would you say you work best by yourself, with a small group of people, or in a crowded office?
Definitely a small group of people. If I'm by myself, I will get distracted doing just stuff, and then find out 3 hours later that I'm still editing my Monday board. Like, if there's somebody else there, they can hold me accountable, but I do need, people to talk to, because I get very, oh my gosh, this is so much work. So having people there to talk to me helps me to realize that, it's not a lot of work, and I can just push through it, get it done, and be done.
Nice.
But if I'm in a crowded room with too many people, I just, totally forget what I'm doing. And I'm like, I can't focus.
So which is your favorite office and why?
They all have their,
perks?
Yeah, perks. I was going to say.
All right, let's just do what are some of the perks of each
this
office.
Office is nice because it has the fastest computer. The con to this one is that Mom has a treadmill in here, and she's always walking when she's doing it, so the sound just really bothers me, because it's just this constant, background noise that frustrates me. So I always have to listen to music if I'm here. And this one is also in the house, so when people come in for lunch or whatever, I get distracted by them. So this one isn't the best for getting work done, but it is the fastest computer. So if I need to do something and I'm focused, this is the best place to go. The barn office has, I think that one's probably my favorite, because there are times when there are up to 4 people there. So I have, I have people there to talk to, but then still get my work done. But then there are also times when I'm by myself and can just focus on doing what I need to do. And then the soap room office, I don't really go to that one anymore. They kind of use my computer for somebody else now, so I kind of got booted out of that one, but it's still mine. So that one is good for if I have stuff that I need to communicate with Coulter or anybody up in the soap room. So if I'm working on the website and I need to know some product details, instead of sitting here and calling somebody every time I need something, I can just ask them.
Nice. Alrighty, well, is there anything else you wanted to kind of mention about your workday? Mention about, I don't know, who you work with, why you work with them, anything in particular you wanted to mention?
No, but since you mentioned it, my favorite person to work with is Emery.
Aww. Yeah. I'm just
sometimes.
amazing. What can I say?
No, he's the person that I work with most often, because he takes all the videos and photos for me, and that's what I post. So we kind of share the barn office, and
With
so
3 other people.
with 3 other people, yeah.
But they're all barn crew people, so they're in and out. Their main jobs are not computer-based jobs.
They started teasing us and calling us the office people. We're like, we're not. Yeah, we're
You're more office person than I am. I'm in and out taking photos a lot.
I do get to walk around though. I don't sit in an office all day, which is good.
Yep. Alrighty.
Yep.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of anything else.
Alrighty. That'll be a wrap. Just wanted to say thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions, make sure to leave us a comment, and we will get back to you. Alright guys, we'll catch you later.
Bye.
Work hard.
Get dirty. Use good soap.
GoatMilkStuff.com